But as far as I can tell, it's not happening. So why do people think that aluminum is coming out of these planes? This, I think, leads back to reports like this, where concerned citizens have provided samples to be tested from areas they see as heavily chemtrailed. The problem is, when further and better controlled tests are done, like in the famous Mount Shasta region, those tests come back normal, with levels of aluminum you would expect if its source was the Earth's crust. To me, there are too many uncontrolled variables in these concerned citizen water tests to ever be able to use them to say anything of substance about the emissions from jet planes. How do we know the fall time of any emission particle from the overhead plane? Do things like wind and the jet stream make the prediction of where a chemtrail will fall feasible or even possible? Do we know of other environmental factors that might affect aluminum concentrations, like nearby factories or old mines? Do we know the pH level of the water and the location of collection? How do we know when and where the sample was collected? How do we know there was no contamination of the sample by the container, by the air, by the collectee, by the testers? The only people that seem to find a link between aluminum and plane emissions are those people I've called chemtrailers. One last point I'd like to make about these aluminum water reports is that when people make claims like this,
our skies were literally covered with aircraft trails the day that happened.
They're supposing that the aluminum from these planes has reached them on the ground in a matter of days. Yet the oft-cited Hughes patent clearly intends that these particles may remain in suspension for up to 1 year.